I am Araceli, a wealth advisor, real estate investor in the United States and Canada, and creator of Wealthy Women in Real Estate. Every week, I meet with Colette, a real estate broker and a real estate investor in Canada. We come together to talk about all things real estate investing and how to increase your wealth. Join us. Welcome, everyone. This is Araceli, Transition Wealth Advisor and real estate investor in the US and Canada. Please remember to subscribe, guys. Today in my chat with Colette, we have an interesting subject. Colette, can you introduce yourself and let us know what we're talking about today?
Of course. Hi, everybody. My name is Colette Rava. I'm a residential real estate broker in the GTA. Today's subject is very interesting, and it just happens to be something that has come across my desk this year quite a few times, actually, this year.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, what it is when you inherit property from possibly, in this case, the cases that have come across my desk this year have been family members that have either passed away or can no longer take care of the property, and they decide to move to Florida or something else where they're retiring and they can no longer take care of this home that they are living in. So, and they've downsized it, but they don't know what to do with the property. So we've come up with three really quick things. There are more scenarios, obviously, than the three, but these are the main things that what you can do if you are lucky enough to inherit property. So, and of course, property looks different to, there's no similar property. Everything is different. Either it's land or a home or a condo or a cottage, whatever that is. This is the general idea of if you are inheriting a home that's already existing and standing and it's okay. Yeah. So we have, yeah, exactly. Like you can't just, okay, I'm going to put up a tent and live here. So yeah. We're not going to go there today.
Yeah.
So basically, if you inherit a house, these are three things that you can do with it. So number one, you want to take the first one?
Yes. So you can move in. So in this case, obviously, you have to look at the location. If it is obviously conducive to what you're doing, where you are right now, maybe you inherit a house that is bigger than what you have and you have a family. So it might be better for you to live in that house than in your current situation. Let's say you live in a condo right now, but you have one child and you are expecting one. Yeah. So now you say, well, it's better to live in a house. But the second thing that you have to consider is what are the expenses attached to that property? Because even if it does not have a mortgage, which in the majority of cases, you're going to have a property that you inherit and you don't have a mortgage on it, still, depending on where it is, the property taxes and the maintenance can be quite high. So you have to look at that. But that is one of the first options, which is to move in and enjoy that property. Yes. Right, Colette? Do you have any other? Yeah.
Well, and you can dream that the inherited property is somewhere like in Spain or in Italy. So that's why location is the most important thing.
Exactly.
How are we going to do this?
Well, if you inherit a house in Italy or Spain, but you can't really move there, then you may have to go to other options, right? So
that brings us to option number two, which is sell it. So even if it's let's say you're in the GTA and you want to sell it in the GTA, there are plenty of reasons why to sell. So one of the reasons, and this is something that it might not occur to you until you have to go through the process. So if you inherit, let's say, a property from a parent that has passed, or it's your home that you grew up in, sometimes it's way too much personal memories that are in that house, and sometimes you don't want to sell it because of those memories, but also there's the other side of like, yes, I want to sell it because there are too many memories. The house is too old and too run down. The location, like you said, doesn't work. I want to sell it. And you can take that money and buy something you actually want or something that works for your family. So selling is always a good option. When it just doesn't feel right. And I know when we say, trust your instincts and your feelings, a lot of that, you kind of have to go through the process before you know what that feels like. So Selling is another option. What about number 3?
Okay, so before we go into number 3, the one thing that you need to consider when you're selling, it's not, you can always take the money and improve your existing property. Like if you want to do some renovations,
Of
right?
course.
You can also invest the money and buy maybe another property that is already fixed up, is closer to you, or that you may want to do as an investment. Or
Right.
if you're not that type, maybe you can take that money, talk to a wealth advisor, and make sure that that is going to be invested somewhere that you can use down the line. Remember, it's always about planning, and it comes back always to money. Everything touches money, and that money needs to be used the best possible way. Either way.
Well,
So the
especially if
third,
we're talking about the scenario of having kids. So if you have, you want to put money away to have them eventually have a home. So
yeah,
this is something that you can start thinking about, or for our ESPs, putting it in for their education, things like that. This money could be widespread, not just to sell it and go on a holiday. Depends on how much comes out of that property. But in these days, properties are worth a lot of money. So in the
in the
GTA anyway.
GTA, yes.
Right. So, and that's the thing. You get to dream about, do I want a cottage? Do I want this? Or maybe you could do everything. You can have a cottage and put money away for your kids and go on a holiday. So selling it to a lot of people makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So number 3.
Number 3 is you can rent it out. If the property is in good condition, but you don't want to live in it because it's too big, too small, you don't know, right?
Not in the right area.
Yeah, not in the right area. All of those kind of things might not work for you. Because if you inherit a condo in the middle of Toronto, but you live in the suburbs, you live in Mississauga, or Hamilton, you may not want to go to the city. It's too much. And if it makes sense to rent it and it covers all of your expenses, and you wanted to wait for a little while longer for the appreciation, then that is another good option. But just make sure that you understand what it means to rent to someone.
Yes.
That's
To
one
be
of
a
the things that
landlord.
we were discussing as well, right? Because
Yeah.
also if you rent it to the wrong person, it might actually not be the right thing for you, right?
Yeah. Well, that's it. So, saying, okay, well, scenario 1 doesn't work for me, scenario 2 doesn't work for me, or I'm not sure what I want to do. You can rent it out even for a short term. So, Araceli and I always have this argument, what's better, short-term rental or long-term rental? And we both, there is no answer to that because it depends on what you want out of it. For me, short-term works for my properties. For her, long-term works for her property. So it depends on what kind of landlord you are, what kind of money you expect. And guess what? You have the option to talk to both of us or either of us to know if the numbers work out, to know if renting is the right thing to do or to sell it. This is what we do. We both give
Yeah.
a free consult to anyone who wants to call us and ask. This is a specialty of mine. Araceli too, because she has that background in being a landlord herself and knowing what's the best scenario. We talk to each other all the time saying, "Oh, you know what? I have this property. I'm not really thrilled about having it anymore. You think I should sell it?" And we talk to each other about it.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the numbers because we know we can help each other. We can help you decide too. So,
Correct. And remember,
oh,
it's always about the plan. It's not about what we know or what we do, but it's about you and your specific situation. Where are you located today in life, and in general, financially, and what do you want to do in the near future? Because real estate, in my opinion, is always for the long term. You may come up with a different solution, and that is basically what we're here for, to give you options so you can get the best out of that house that you have inherited. And, you can make the
and
best.
congratulations that you've inherited. That's the best
Yeah.
thing. But knowing it can be scary for a lot of people that here's this great inheritance. Now, what do I do with it? So we are here, even though I'm a realtor, I'm not going to say sell it because I know what it's like. I know it's not, a clear cut question. I don't care. It's not about me. It's about you and what you want to do with your finances and how to improve your life. What do you want to do with the house? I will just help you answer those questions.
Yep. And that is it for today. So remember, if you are fortunate enough to have inherited a property, you can either move into the house, you can either sell it, or you can rent it out. But remember, it's all about the plan. And if you want to know more about how to make the best out of your money and your real estate, please tune in, give us a like or share it with somebody and ask us a question so we can give you that answer right here. Thank you so much, Colette, for being here. Appreciate you. And we'll see you in the next one.
Thanks for joining us, everyone.
Thank you for being here on the show. Please remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell to get notified when there are more shows available. And if you would like to have more information on how to start investing in real estate, please visit my website at www.aracelihernandez.com. Thank you.